You won't believe Ed jumped at the chance without a second thought, totally caught him off guard. I mean, to him, but his actions were like breaking all the rules. The bosses thought that wasn't enough, so they found Jack and used cutting off your funds as a threat to make him. Buddy became the scapegoat, while Ed fulfilled his dream by betraying co-workers, only to be ostracized by all. Especially Bud. Ed betrayed his buddy. Smith stepped in, transferring him to homicide. He told Bud to follow only him, but Smith just wanted to exploit Bud's rage. So, Bud became Smith's muscle, following him around every day to intimidate this obedient prisoner, until one night, solo at the station, Ed got a call about breaking news from a coffee shop where a murder was suspected. After hanging up, Ed rushed to the scene and found the chef dead on the floor. Talk about a grim greeting. The cash register drawer was open like a robber's party. Worse, blood stains on the floor served as clues in a game. He followed the trail to the bathroom, and when he opened the door, Ed was utterly dumbfounded to see 6 or 7 corpses inside. To make matters worse, officers quickly identified one of the bodies as his partner Buddy. Bud heard the news and rushed straight to the harsh reality was too much for Bud. He vowed to find Buddy's killer for revenge. So, he asked Ed what happened, and Ed, looking all serious, said after a quick analysis, it was 3 robbers who hit to keep things from spilling. They terminated everyone present. What a horror show. However, one female corpse caught Bud's eye. It was the woman with a bandaged nose from that night. Her name was Susan, and she was with her boss. But because of Bud's issue, things were tense between Bud and Ed. The police quickly identified 3 suspicious young black men based on clues. What a complete mess. The coroner's report showed that the victims were all shot with a shotgun. All evidence pointed to those 3 unfortunate souls. The chief made Ed lead, deploying all units. Meanwhile, Bud worked alone, finding Susan's boss, Pierce. He suspected Susan hid something, but Pierce claimed he had no idea she was in trouble. Earlier, Bud noticed Susan's bandaged nose because Pierce ran a color treatment factory. He brought in girls to make over them into stars, then took them out for business. Talk about jaw-dropping. To dig up more about Susan, Bud tracked down that night's black-clad beauty, Lynn. Lynn said she only knew Susan a little, yet she seemed pretty disdainful toward Pierce. She claimed they worked for Pierce, but never got mistreated. Looks like Pierce wasn't all bad. Meanwhile, Jack and Ed tracked down 3 suspects based on clues, matching their firearms through ballistic comparison. But unexpectedly, during Ed's questioning, one man outright denied owning a shotgun. To get them to confess quickly, Ed resorted to psychological tactics, and lo and behold, one timid guy slipped up fast. With no choice, Ed had to ask another man, but Bud couldn't take it anymore and stormed into the interrogation room. Under Bud's sheer intimidation, the guy finally spelled the girl's address, but upon arrival, Bud found her tied up on the bed. From her gaze, he realized the killer was still around, so he shot without hesitation, taking down the scumbag. Then he staged the scene to look like a black man shot at cops. What a twist. If he dragged the guy to the station, he'd be out in no time, and by the time cops showed up, it'd be too late. As everyone loaded the girl onto an ambulance and prepped to head back to the station, radio crackled with terrible news. The 3 detained suspects actually escaped. If they weren't the killers, why run? The answer was clear: they were the ones who killed the cafe manager. That night, Ed tracked them down again based on the clues. This time, conflict erupted a meeting. A cop died, while Ed took out 3 suspects. The cafe murder case wrapped up, and Ed scored awards for solving it. But just when everyone thought it was over, Ed went to visit the rescued girl, and something she said struck him like lightning. Perhaps the truth wasn't so simple. Bud doubted those dead black men weren't killers, just no proof yet. Determined to avenge his partner, he continued the investigation and found Susan's mother. According to her, Susan had a boyfriend she never liked, and she told Bud she had seen them together. The neighbors heard shouting. As Bud listened, he pulled out a photo of his partner, and the mother reacted. Then a foul smell wafted from the backyard, making him uneasy. He cautiously went to check, and stumbled upon a basement. To his shock, he stepped into the dark basement and found a decayed corpse. It was clearly another man Susan brought back, but why was he dead here? Even more shocking, the corpse turned out to be Pierce's former bodyguard, Buzz. On Christmas night, Bud had met that ex-cop, and as the investigation deepened, the truth was becoming more mysterious. Finding the corpse, Bud feared the mother couldn't handle it, and withheld the truth. Meanwhile, Ed also tracked down Susan's home. From the old lady, he learned Bud had just left. Then the scene shifted as Ed returned to the precinct with the body. After the coroner confirmed the identity, he warned no one should hear the details. Then Ed began to share a story with Jack. They needed to dig deeper, because the truth is often more complicated than it seems. The truth doesn't stop here. Subscribe to our